Every age tells its story through power, and through the rare minds that dare to understand it. Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power. Tonight, we enter laws 19 through 21. If the last 3 laws were about distance, how to create it, weaponize it, and avoid becoming trapped by it, then these laws move into something even more fundamental. Not distance, but judgment. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. Not every enemy forgets. Not every insult dies. The cost of misreading character can last a lifetime. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. The person who belongs completely to one side loses the freedom to move between them. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. Nothing lowers defenses faster than the belief that you are the smartest person in the room. 3 laws, 1 architecture. Power begins with understanding people as they truly are. Misjudge character, loyalty, or ego, and strategy collapses before it begins. Tonight, we listen to 2 voices. Not to decide who is right, but to see more clearly what truly is.
Most conflicts are decided long before the first visible move, not through force, through miscalculation, the wrong insult, the wrong alliance, the wrong assumption about who someone truly is. Power begins with accurate reading, and most people are terrible readers of human nature.
Because they do not see people. They see reflections of their own expectations.
Exactly. Muhammad Shah of Khwarazm looked at Genghis Khan and saw a provincial barbarian, a distant nuisance. He humiliated the envoys, shaved their heads, killed one of them publicly. To him it was dominance, to the Mongols it was sacred insult. That misunderstanding erased an empire.
Strange, isn't it? A single gesture can mean embarrassment to one man, annihilation to another.
Because people do not defend the same things equally. Some protect money, some reputation, some ideology. Others protect humiliation itself. Lope de Aguirre walked barefoot for years to murder the judge who had whipped him publicly, not for strategy, not for survival, for wounded pride.
There are injuries people carry not in memory, but in identity.
Exactly, which is why intelligent operators test people before trusting any strategy around them. Pressure, contradiction, delay. Small probes reveal deeper structure. A paranoid man reacts differently from a vain one, a patient enemy differently from an impulsive one. Strategy without psychological reading is blindness.
And yet constant reading becomes its own trap. Eventually, every room begins feeling populated by masks.
Because most rooms are. The mistake is assuming masks are equal. Some people are dangerous, some are harmless, and some should never be approached at all.
And some people become powerful precisely because nobody reads them correctly.
Yes, Elizabeth understood this better than any monarch in Europe. Everyone wanted certainty from her: marriage, alliance, commitment. She gave none of it fully. Instead, she remained slightly beyond possession. Every prince believed he still had a chance. Every court kept negotiating. Every faction remained emotionally invested. The uncertainty itself became leverage.
Desire feeds on incompletion.
Exactly. Commitment reduces strategic flexibility. The unattached figure remains difficult to corner. Kissinger understood this too. He offered proximity to multiple camps simultaneously. Never enough loyalty to become trapped. Never enough distance to become irrelevant. That balance preserved him through collapsing administrations.
But eventually, every man is asked the same question: who do you belong to?
And the wisest answer is often not completely to anyone.
A lonely form of freedom.
freedom usually is. Alcibiades survived by moving between Athens, Sparta, and Persia because he understood something fundamental. Rival powers compete hardest for the person who has not fully surrendered himself yet.
And Isabella d'Este understood the quieter version of the same law, not through charisma, through balance. France, Spain, Venice, the Pope, she smiled at all of them, promised carefully, committed rarely. While stronger states exhausted themselves through certainty, Mantua survived through ambiguity.
Controlled neutrality. That is one of the rarest forms of discipline. Most people rush to belong somewhere.
And sometimes the greatest camouflage is not distance, but apparent stupidity.
Yes, because nothing relaxes human beings faster than superiority. People tolerate wealth, they tolerate status, but superior intelligence wounds the ego directly, which is why Arnold and Slack succeeded. Two prospectors, awkward, unsophisticated, provincial. Every millionaire around them believed these men could not possibly be capable of sophisticated deception. That assumption financed the entire diamond hoax.
The performance worked because the victims needed it to be true. Believing themselves smarter was part of the seduction.
Exactly. The ego lowers defenses more efficiently than trust ever could. Bismarck understood this perfectly with Count Blome. He played recklessly, lost cards deliberately, appeared impulsive and intellectually shallow. Blome stopped reading him carefully. The treaty was signed almost lazily after that.
People fear deception, yet secretly enjoy underestimating others.
Because underestimation flatters identity, and comfort creates blindness.
But living behind masks carries a cost. The manipulator divides himself. The performed self, the strategic self, the hidden self. And after enough years,
Naivety is more expensive.
perhaps. But there is something exhausting about permanent calculation. To measure every ego, every insecurity, every room. To never arrive anywhere honestly.
A ruler who insults the wrong enemy dies. A diplomat who commits too early becomes trapped. A strategist who appears too intelligent becomes isolated. Human beings react emotionally first and rationally afterward, ignoring that reality is expensive.
And shaping your entire life around that reality?
Also expensive.
Perhaps all of this begins the moment survival becomes dependent on managing perception inside other people.
No. It begins the moment perception decides access, and access decides survival.
You've heard both sides. What remains is not said.